Welcome, welcome. We are at JFK, New York City, in America. Got some live players out there flying around the New York airspace. We're going to be doing a emergency mission in Neofly today, just across, fly over the city, and it's over in New Jersey. So it's a drop zone accident mission. So let's check that out. So we are JFK. We're going to be flying the XCub. And we're going to go over here. Now the one thing that has me nervous is that it looks like this is a bridge. So my plan is dependent upon the winds, and I think they're out of the west, I believe. I'm going to land on this 14th Street right here, and that'll put me close enough to it. That way I don't have to get onto the bridge area. So that's the plan. If the winds are out of the east, then I'll land this direction. But that should be plenty enough area to land the XCub, and we'll go from there. So it should be a good flight. Fly right over the Statue of Liberty area, Governor's Island, and head over there to the spot. So let's get loaded in. Alright, so we need 180 pounds of payload. No problemo.
Emergency. A road rage ended badly. Serious injuries. Wait for the doctor and rush to the accident.
Alright. So we'll do before takeoff checks, and we are not going to taxi out to the runway.
Good morning, pilot.
We're going to take off from the ramp over here. So we're going to take off from right here.
Transporter, medic on board. Go, go, go.
Obviously, this is not the proper procedure, especially for New York airspace, but don't follow me for proper aviation advice, especially in the New York City airspace. This is one of the most challenging and busy airspace in the world. And it's also not simulated here, so. Okay, so we are good to go. Everything's loaded. We got all green lights in Neofly. Don't need autopilot. Good, 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 good. Lights are good. Avionics look good. Fuel, right, left, fuel, right. And altimeter is set to 990. And yeah, okay. Parking brake release. Let's go. Flying the taxi livery from God, what's their name? I want to say Bushmaster. Bush League. Bush League legend. They got a lot of liveries on their website, on their on their website. They also have the mods for the XCubs as well, so check them out. Definitely well worth it. Alright, so everything looks good. We're going to go first notch of flaps. Trim is set. Let's get out of here.
Fly safe, and good luck with the landing.
Alright, winds are out of the west. So still to the original plan. We're going to fly to the destination and land on that 14th Street to the west. Get some trim in there. Really gotta trim the nose down in this airplane. It's got such a wide speed range where you can fly really slow and relatively fast, especially for a Cub. Get some scenes of JFK. Got a few live players down there. You see the city rendering in. That's one way they get around having such a hit on your CPU and graphics card is the render distance. And it may be the way I have my settings done, but like I couldn't see the city skyline from JFK, and in real life you can. So you can see the buildings starting to render in now. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. Like the Prepared, which is what I used to fly in that simulator. I couldn't even fly into Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, any of those urban cities, even with default scenery. I was just getting such bad frame rates. Which, as you know from most of my flying, I'm in the much more rural areas of the world, but I do enjoy this sometimes. And I had a friend recently fly through this area on a trip, so got me thinking about it. So the beauty of the simulator is you can load in, go check it out. I don't have to worry about downloading any scenery. I just load in and this is what I get. It's nice. I think that's Newark over there. It's either Newark or Teterboro. Those two airports. I think it's Teterboro's there. As you can tell, I don't know this part of the country very well, but I know a little bit. Just enough to be dangerous. You see someone flying right there, flying up the Hudson. What I'll do is I'll fly straight ahead, Statue of Liberty's there, Governor's Island, so I'll turn right, run up the Hudson, and then look for my landing spot off my left side, and start initiating how my approach is going to be. I know the winds are right off my nose now, so that sets me up good for trying to land to the west on that 14th Street. Luckily the winds look, well, there's 16 knots up here, so it doesn't seem too bad. As far as bumpiness, it seems like they're pretty constant, not a lot of variable choppiness in them. Beautiful. Statue of Liberty. Governor's Island's there. And we're going to be landing right up there somewhere. So we're going to initiate a right turn. Alright, so it looks like that it's not at the bridge. No, it's at a tunnel.
Transporter form dispatch. You are less than 3 miles from the drop zone. Find a way to land.
This is going to be kind of difficult to find. There's someone coming up the Hudson there. Start slowing down. Backing off the power. Trimming so the nose doesn't drop. Alright, so I'm kind of looking back and forth between Neofly and the sim to try to see if I can pick out my road. Alright, so I am a beam of over here on the left. Sorry, I'm messing with the trim at the same time, which is a dangerous combination. I think that's my road right here. Yes, that is. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna fly a right pattern to it. Keep this this altitude. And let's start backing the power off because I'm looking for 70 knots of flap speed. to slow down to 70 knots to get to my flap speed. That is my runway right here. That's my road. Need more trim. So still got a lot of wind down here. Alright, I'm at 80 on downwind. Alright, so prop full in. Mixture rich, fuel's on pretty much the fullest because I haven't burned much since our departure. Alright, so 75. Alright, flap speed. Looks good. And we'll go full flaps. Looks good. Trim a little bit.
500.
Oh boy, I'd be making the news if I was doing this in real life. Not in a good way.
Transporter form dispatch. You did it. Nice. Secure the plane with the parking brake.
Alright, 1000 RPMs. Parking brake.
Dispatch from medic. I'm on my way.
Transporter from dispatch. Good job, pilot. You saved a life today. Find a way to come back home.
Alright. So we had a vertical speed of 6.83 feet per minute. Seems a little low for what I think it was, but I'm on these larger tires, so maybe it's cushioned. Hit 35 knots. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're good there. We just need to return to JFK. So, winds from the west on the back taxi and depart, but don't get anywhere close to the bridge, whatever I do. So I'm going to do a short field climb at VY, get the heck out of Dodge, take off. So I'm going to do 1 notch of flaps and then drop the full flaps when I get to my rotate speed. So, alright, man, there's some pretty hilly. Alright, so look good there. Alright. Everything's set up there. Yep, yep. Go ahead and switch things, I guess. Since I have burned a little bit, so my statement on final was not correct. It wasn't on the fullest tank, but not the end of the world. Okay, so trim is set. 1 notch of flaps is in. Full throttle. Get that nose, tail up, I mean. And rotate. Full flaps.
Fly safe, and good luck with the landing.
Back to 1 notch of flaps. Build airspeed. No flaps. Build an airspeed. to New York without having a little bit of fun, right?
500. 500. 500. 500.
That's a big plane there. So we'll return to JFK. And I don't know if it's gonna... I don't know if it'll allow me to finish the mission if I don't land on the runway. I've never tried it. No, I have, with the helicopter. I'm thinking about it. That I never touched down on the runway. I just, you know, came in on the numbers, hover taxied all the way to the ramp, and then touched down. And I was good. So I don't think you have to technically land on the runway. So that's what we're going to do. So let me stay to the north of JFK, because right now I'm in the departures area.
500. 500.
Fly a little bit of a helicopter pattern, staying low, and right pattern compared to the left pattern that they're typically given. See the beacon, white, green, white, green. There's the beacon for JFK. set up for downwind where I'm looking for a 70 knot flap speed. So we're slowing down nicely. And I'm going to land right over here on the cargo ramp. Alright, 70 knots. First notch of flaps is in. Trim per configuration. Start my base. Flaps are in.
Great work out there today. Another life has been saved thanks to you.
Alright. Right next to this super tug over here. Thing's as big as this plane and weighs probably 4 times as much, if not more. Alright, so 1000 RPMs, park and brake set. Let's get rid of some lights. Alright, so didn't like my landing because of the stall warning. Okay. So that was more realistic. The vertical speed at my landing at the accident was 410. That's more realistic. For some reason when it didn't show it anymore, but it showed it as 410. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. Successful mission. Definitely a lot of fun. Okay, so check out my channel. Subscribe. I got a lot of flights like this. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. See ya.